Hi, everybody, and welcome to EdTech Chat and Chew, number 36. Today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite tools that teachers should try out before the end of the school year. And I, was looking just the other day, and we only have like 9 weeks left of school in Kansas, so we were thinking what could be our top 8 or 9 tools. So that'll be our topic for today. I'm coming to you live from Vancouver, Canada, and here for the TED conference. And always with me are some of my rock star friends. But today we have Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, from El Paso, Texas.
How are things in El Paso today?
We're just getting back from spring break, and so, got to get back in the groove of things, but things are good. Nice weather, can't complain.
Sounds great. Yeah, Kansas is on our spring break this week, but I had an opportunity that Skype has brought me out here to the TED conference. We're looking for some of those game changers in the world who will be willing to Skype into classrooms and share their passions with kids. So I'm on the lookout for some great people for everyone to talk to. And we do have a few speakers who are going to be dialing into classrooms that are in session currently from the TED conference. So one of the people that I'll be talking with, I think it's Thursday, is the singer-writer Mark Ronson, who worked with Bruno Mars on the Uptown Funk song. So he's going to be doing a Skype call with my buddy Dane Hardy down in Tasmania, Australia, to talk about being creative and writing your own music and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's just one of the people that we're going to get to talk to. Today I'm speaking with a pro surfer, who is also a professional photographer named Chris Burkhardt. And he actually went to Antarctica and to Iceland and to Norway to see pro surfers surf, and he's photographing them on the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he's going to talk and dial into a classroom who's using photojournalism today. So yeah, I just get to be there in the background going, good for you. Yeah, can I introduce you? And then, yes, I'll be in the back going, pinch me out. So that's kind of my role there today. But more information probably to share with you next week on the show. But let's get started with today. Top tools. And Karen, I know that your teachers use so many different tools, but what are some of those that you're hoping they kickstart with before the end of the school year?
Okay, so before end of the school year, I'm trying to think of tools that would be simple to get started with because, well, there's not a lot of time, but our testing will be over, and it's a great time to just really get creative with the kiddos. And so I'm going to be introducing this app called Shadow Puppet EDU. It's a free app. And I totally love it because it's so simple for students to use, but they can use it to document their learning or create presentations. And so I want to share with some of my K through 2, maybe even K through 5 teachers, a little bit of digital scavenger hunting, to find examples of things and then bring them into this Shadow Puppet app so that they can share what they've learned. And the kids can record their audio. There are fun little stickers. They can bring little hearts and move them around, and pointers. They can bring in video. It's just really an amazing and simple tool to use, but one of my favorite things is, of course, it's sometimes hard to have students go out and search for pictures somewhere else, and we feel a little nervous, but in this app built in, they actually have a couple different places that students can go in and find pictures that are a safe place. I would kind of keep an eye out for Flickr, though. I'm a little nervous about sharing Flickr with my little biddies, but there's some really great places that kids can use in there to just do a simple search frog, and all these beautiful frogs show up, and they can use them in their presentations. So I love it. So that's one.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth, or?
Sure. We can do that. One that we are suggesting people try is one called Buncee, Buncee. And Buncee is kind of a mix between Glogster and Prezi and PowerPoint and, oh goodness, it's just another digital storytelling tool that is pretty amazing.
Maybe like a cross between Pic Collage too, because you can add a lot of pictures in there.
Exactly. And with Buncee, it's a fairly new product. It's been around, I guess, a little over a year, but they're really pushing this EDU kind of side of things. And they're sponsors of EdCamps. So if any of our audience members run an EdCamp, they will be one of your sponsors. Provide free copies of the pro version for a prize drawing. But with Buncee, we found that there's this extra little tool that you can't see in most other tools. It actually has an ability, if students are stuck, they can do a live, like from class to Buncee itself, getting help, customer service that way.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of slick. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, the teacher, I would recommend the teacher being a part of that conversation, of course, but the teacher can come in and say, hey, this is Alex, and he's really having trouble with this piece on his Buncee product. Can you see what's going on your end, and let's see if we can help walk him through it and troubleshoot it, and they do it on the fly.
Wow.
So kids don't have to get stuck and wait for, you know, having to figure it out or go look at 1,000 YouTubes or whatever that may be to solve the problem. They can get one-on-one help from the class directly to Buncee. Sorry. So there's that piece. And the Buncee people are real interested to hearing from teachers. So they say, we need to have a clip art piece where maybe it's a couple of kids playing on the playground. We need a little animated GIF for that. If you ask them to say, hey, you know, we're going to do this whole research piece on playground safety, could you create a few graphics for us to make this all come together? And they do it.
That is so cool. I love it.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. We had a student who was studying famous Kansans, and Charles Naismith is the guy who invented basketball. Well, he's a Kansas guy, and so we needed a graphic to go along with that. And he says, I really would like to see a ball bounce and shoot in the hoop. They made the GIF, and it was ready like in no time. So I would highly recommend Buncee because they really want to work with schools, and it's an easy tool to use. It's a drag and drop sort of piece, and they have thousands of graphics already built into the tool with pre-made text and pre-made graphics with clip art and photos, and yeah, highly recommend all the way around. So Buncee, B-U-N-C-E-E. What else is on your list?
Okay, I'm thinking, let's see, what was the other one? Oh yeah, I wanted to share Seesaw, S-E-E-S-A-W. And no, it's not a ride, it's an app. And what I like about this, I'm just kind of exploring it, is that it looks like it's a nice little app for a digital portfolio. It's free, and it's a way that a teacher can share or maybe open a window to her classroom, especially if you've got parents that are real busy that don't get to stop by very often, but they want to see what the kids are creating in the classroom. You know, I know oftentimes they'll create this big project and it hangs outside the classroom or in the classroom for months before the parent ever sees it. Like those Christmas items, right? They're going to probably be coming home pretty soon, but they've been hanging out, those snow globes in the hallway. And so what's neat is the teacher or the student, because the students have the option of having their own account, will snap a photo, and they can also draw or add audio to that photo or upload a video, and they'll post it. And then on the opposite end, the parent, so the teacher will send a little QR code. It all comes in within the app. It's so easy. You don't have to create anything. Seesaw does it for you. They'll log into the app or online if they don't have a smartphone, and they'll see their students' work there. And if the teacher allows for it, the parent can comment on it. They can turn that feature on and off, but the parent could actually leave a comment for their child about their work. So it's pretty cool. And the parent could share it too with another family if they family member if they chose to, but that would be at the parent's discretion. It's kind of cool. I love the app. It's so cool. So I'm just getting started with it.
What's great about that is that, you know, you're bringing communication into your classroom easily. I mean, it's just a matter of sending the email, bam, they're right there.
Yeah, I think as a teacher, if you're wanting to just get started with it, you could go all out and invite your whole class, or you could pick a couple students and a couple parents that you trust right now and just kind of get it started and see how it works out so you understand the whole tool, and then just go full-blown next year with it. So,
okay, I have to remember that one. That sounds amazing.
It's
okay, so the other one that's on our list is Adobe Voice, another creation app, a free app, which I like that price range as well. And I have to say, this one actually goes credit to Micah. She's the one that introduced it to me, so I'm giving Micah a high five from a distance. At Adobe Voice, it also has lots of tools for you to add photos. It has a search tool and so forth, but it's a digital storytelling tool for that narrated slideshow that you see kids do at the end of the school year. This is like the easiest button ever for that. You can take a bunch of pictures, you can find them online, save them to your camera roll and import them. There's lots of options along that way. But what's great about Adobe Voice is if the image is on the screen, all the teacher has to do, or the student, is press on the microphone, and it narrates right over the top of what's ever on the screen. Let go, it's done. It automatically throws audio tracks in behind, so you can match the theme that goes along with whatever your topic is. So if it's a little kid sort of piece, if we go back to that playground safety, you could have some fun kind of circusy sounds to go with that. And you can also draw on the top of it. So it's really cool. Really, really cool. So Adobe Voice, it does take a long time to install the app because it's fairly large, but worth every penny of it. We had students do research on interviews with a veteran, and the students told the biography of this veteran through Adobe Voice, all on their phones, many of them, and turned in, as it creates a film, just emails the link to the teacher, and my film is ready. Super simple.
I love it. Okay, I have another tool.
Okay, what else do you have?
Okay, it could be free for you, but it might not be. It depends. iMovie for the iPad or iPhone has these built-in movie trailers, and so of course if you have a newer iPad, it came free. Yay! If you didn't, I think it's $4.99. But something that we've been doing here in our district is I've kind of been sharing out how to create your own learning trailers. And so, yeah, we have movie trailers. That's awesome. But we were creating some book trailers and making books very exciting to kind of advertise them to other students if kids are enjoying them. And then also, like, say, verb videos, a verb movie trailer. And so they would make a verb trailer and record themselves in action, you know, doing different things, and then pull it into this whole exciting movie trailer that's like 30 seconds long, but the kids are all involved in the active part of showing what they learned. And so that's one to try. You could do that whole class, and it just would be amazing.
I love it. I love that. Okay, so here's the last one from my side. Is a app smash, sort of, but using Chatterpix that you actually introduced to me once upon a time, so this one goes to you.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you had seen on the EdTech, not the EdTech Chat and Chew, but EdTech K-12 page, which is the page for my own district with Tech in the Classroom. We had a first grade teacher whose students made bottle people puppets. I don't know if you know what these things are, but you use like an old bottle, a plastic bottle, like water bottle, and then you can put like a head on it with eyeballs, and it turns into this little doll kind of thing. Well, the students took a photo of that, and then they also put a photograph of a famous person. So the doll was a famous person who would be like let me back it up here a minute. You had the photograph of someone like Rosa Parks. Let's start there. Then in front of the photograph, you have the bottle person, the puppet. Then they used Chatterpix to put the line over the puppet's face, so it talked all about itself.
Awesome.
So it was like a puppet talking in front of a PowerPoint slide. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. But as you showed before, you know, you can take any drawing, any photograph, anything that you've got in JPEG form and put a line over it, and it will talk. So I've also seen a lot of where you see like books.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am in the hotel, but here we have the coffee table magazine sort of a thing. They could just draw a picture or a line right over this part of the rock, and the rock could give you a tour about its own area. I just think it's awesome. We've seen book trailers being done that way from the author, and just super fun, easy tool. So that would be my last one.
I love those tools. I love creation tools because it doesn't matter what subject you teach. It doesn't matter what you're learning. There's always, like, if it's a creation tool, it fits.
Well, exactly. And there's no script for it.
Yes.
There's just no limit. You know that some tools that are drill kinds of things with math, you're going to play the same game over and over and over and over again. And eventually you hopefully remember your math facts or whatever the skill is you're trying to learn. When it comes to creativity apps, it's endless.
And it's amazing. You see what the kids make, and you're like, that's amazing. I can't believe you thought about it. And you just keep learning new things about this one little tool, like, forever. It's awesome.
Well, and I think it's so great that many of these tools can be smashed together. Mm-hmm. and brought in to make something even more creative than what even the originators of each app thought it could do. So I just love that there are no limits at all anymore.
It's awesome.
As long as there's access. I think that's the limit. If we can get more access to kids, then anything is really possible.
Yeah.
But, well, that's a pretty good set of 6 tools. Don't you agree?
I think so. I'm ready to try some new things out.
I wonder if our audience would add some to the list.
I'd love to hear from our audience, of course, because actually I'm prepping to do summer training all summer long, yay, for the teachers here in our district, and I wonder, what are some things that, of course I'm going to ask them, but I'd like to ask you, because it's really, all around the world, I'd like to know, what would you want to learn if you had the opportunity to attend PD that your district was providing? What would get you really excited to wake up early, get dressed, and get out to school, just to try out something new?
That's a great question, because we want our summer workshops to be relevant to the teachers. And if you have heard of a tool or you've played of one that you think, gosh, every teacher should know about this, we want to know about it too. So definitely share it with us in the comments, and we'll see if we can do investigation and add it to a future show.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what's the big final question of the week? What is your lunch item of today?
A chicken stir fry and water.
For myself, here in Canada, my time zones are a little bit off. I've gone 2 hours in the past. So my lunch is actually going to be breakfast. So I will end up grabbing maybe a croissant this morning. So that's going to be what I'm having today. But I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so until next time, we want to thank you for joining us on EdTech Chat and Chew, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.